Hello from Shanghai. I'm Jeff Herzer with the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat. Vincent Tse is with us with Parsons Brinckerhoff, and he's the manager of tall buildings in China.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on here, which is why we're here in Shanghai. This building boom in China, where are we in it right now? Is it almost over? Is it going to continue and get bigger? What do you think?
Well, I think the tall building market in China will still go on, because right now all the work are focused in the major cities like Shanghai, Beijing, Guangzhou, Shenzhen. But we envisage there are more tall buildings come up in the second-line city like Suzhou, Thailand, and in China, in the second-line city, there are at least dozen of them. So this ongoing super tall, mega tall building, the life cycle in China is at least more than 10 years.
So far, a lot of the buildings in China have been actually designed in America, and I know
90%.
that 90 right, and I know that because I've been to skid rowings in Maryland, Chicago, and there was a very big Asian contingent in there.
Yeah.
How far are we from having a building that is completely designed and built in China?
I think still a distance from that. Right now, actually, we have been working in China for the last 30 years, but right now, we see the design work is still over 90% from overseas, and the design, the building designed by the local China Design Institute, still not ready yet. They're just doing construction job, but concept development, they're not there yet. That's how I feel. So I think from the merchant architect standpoint, I think there's still a lot of room to do work in China in the next 10 years.
And as far as the firms that actually construct the buildings, again, a big international presence here. There's Japan, there's Korea, there's the United States. Who all's involved here?
Over 90% is Chinese contractor.
Okay.
Right now, because it's not economical enough for the Japanese or the Korean contractor to come to China. Even they come to China, they only provide construction management, because no way that they could ship the engineers and the laborers from Korea, Japan, not worth it. Okay, and in the long run, I think I would say 100% the construction people will from China.
Okay, and that's interesting because I know before, for example, the Petronas Towers in Malaysia had a Japanese and a Korean firm. So, but most of the work done in China is by Chinese labor.
But the thing is, they compare in Malaysia because they don't have the labor and the skilled worker that China has, and China has a lot. If they can build 3 gorges, they can build anything.
Shanghai is a tall building hotspot right now.
Yeah.
Hong Kong has always been. Where's the next place?
You mean the next place to Shanghai?
Well, the next place, the next tall building hotspot in China. Who's really going to start building them?
Beijing will be the hotspot. Beijing, because right now Beijing have already released the new CBD. The highest building will be over 500 meters. And right now in Beijing, there will be at least 2 to 3 buildings, 400 to 500 meters tall. And then after Beijing, I would say at least there are 10 cities with building got building of 400, 500 meters. There are a lot of them. Right now, we have at least in our office, we have at least 30 buildings over 300 meters tall. 300 meters tall. That is 1,000 feet tall everywhere in China. 30 towers.
As far as the Ping An Financial Center, I wanted to ask you about that because we're going to go visit that later this week.
Good.
And it's kind of an ongoing project, and we understand that it's being redesigned. At least the top is being redesigned.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if you could give us a status report on how that project is going.
We are not the concept designer of the first tower. We are in phase 2 tower. But as far as we know, that building is 570 meters tall by structure. If you count the pin, it will be 600 60, something like that. And it will be all office building, entire building, office building, offshore deck at the top. Right now, I think the construction, they just start from the foundation up to they start constructing the basement right now. That's why.
Two of the biggest subjects that people are talking about here in Shanghai. Number one is the Shanghai Tower, of course, but the other one is the Broad Group's claim that they can build a 828-meter building in 90 days. That's a tall order. And when you saw that, what do you think about that? Have you had a chance to look at it?
Well, the Shanghai Tower, we have a good knowledge in the building because we worked for the owner in the last 4 years. It's a nice building, but regarding the Broad Tower, I have no idea. But technically, to build an 800-meter tall, it's the most important, today. Whenever a building said 800, 900-meter tall, even a 1,000-meter tall, we have to check whether they count the pin or not. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the pin is 300-meter tall,
Mm-hmm. I want to thank you for dropping by and seeing us, Vincent, here in Shanghai. Vincent Tse with Parsons Brinckerhoff.